What you will learn with me. I will provide you a roadmap for developing your strategic thinking skills and using them to be more effective managers and leaders. We will start on this path with a picture of what it means to be a strategic thinker, the characteristics you'll need to balance, and the skills you'll need to learn. It includes an assessment to help you determine what your strategic thinking strengths are and where you need to improve. And in the end, advice on how to make sure your skills are noticed. Once you understand these basics, you can move on to folding strategic thinking into your daily work and that of your team. There are 6 key elements for putting strategic thinking into action that I recommend. Understand your organization's overarching strategic objectives. As an aspiring leader, you need to have a clear picture of the strategic goals your company is striving toward. Ask the right questions about your company's strategy, assess risk, and identify your organization's impact on the world. You'll also learn how to build the right relationships to stay in touch with a strategic viewpoint. Keep a big picture perspective. Avoid being bogged down by immediate daily demands by showing you how to focus on long-term keep strategy front of mind and think more broadly about your organization's context. You'll learn how to make time to think about the big picture, see your company in new ways, and consider the future in your daily actions, and observe internal and external trends to discover new connections and information. Make decisions with the organization in mind. Every choice you make should tie to your company's bottom line. Reflect rather than react when facing difficult choices and problems, and provides a simple checklist to help you carefully consider your toughest decisions. And while data is critical to decision making, it is a smarter, more strategic approach to using information to solve problems. Set strategic priorities and manage trade-offs. While you may have a clear understanding of your company's strategic goals, it's not always obvious how these translate into your daily work. It is important and desirable priorities that must come first. You will learn how to create a plan to achieve these goals and manage trade-offs when plans or projects change, and you'll learn how to decide what not to do. Those initiatives that may need to be delayed or ended because other more pressing objectives require your full attention. Align your team around organizational goals. Ensure that your team is working toward the needs of the company. Ask the questions and apply the exercises to help your employees think strategically themselves and consider the future consequences of their own actions. You'll learn how to communicate with your team about strategy, particularly when the strategy changes. Move beyond strategy and start to execute. Strategy and execution are more closely entwined than many realize. You'll learn how to execute more effectively by getting the right people working on the right problems, and how to ask the necessary questions to narrow the gap between the strategy and execution process. By learning to navigate common problems of understanding and executing strategy when the strategy is unclear and always changing, when you think the company strategy is wrong, or when your boss gives you conflicting messages. If any of these describe your situation, you can learn so much with me right here. This is all geared to help you change the way you think and to align your work and the work of your team with the larger objectives and purpose of your company in mind. By thinking in this way, you'll have a better understanding, not just of your organization, but of your industry as a whole, and you'll ensure that you're contributing to your company in the most valuable, most possible way. Most of all, by repeating the organizational benefits of this work, you'll prove to yourself and others around you that you're ready to take a bigger role and more responsibility, and get closer to that promotion you've been wanting. And don't forget, the promotion you deserve.